Hey, what's going on, everybody? Geronimo22 coming back with another video. Hope everybody's doing well. Just want to give you a quick overview of what's going on this week on my channel. I'll be doing a lot of videos on YouTube, a lot of streaming this week. Also, we'll be doing a lot of playbook breakdowns. For anybody that's interested, join my Patreon. You get the full information on that. I'm also going to be doing it live on stream, so it's not just a Patreon thing. But if you want something like you're looking at the screen there, Jessie Minter 34. This is just an overview, a new page that I'm going to do. Every time I do a new scheme or, work on a scheme, I'm going to try to just talk about some of the personality things of Jessie Minter or whoever scheme I'm trying to replicate. And then I'll go over and make the actual playbook with the play calls. And I'm going to really work off of a play call sheet right from the start. So if you jump in, you can call certain plays in certain situations right from the beginning, okay? We'll try to package it the best way we can. It's not a perfect world. As you go along throughout the year, it's going to be updated. It's going to be talked about more. This is just one scheme, but I have not focused on this scheme. I've been doing a lot of 4-2-5 research. I've also been doing a lot of 3-2, well, really the 3-3-5 high stuff that a lot of people like. But I've been focusing mainly on Luke Fickell's version that he ran in Cincinnati. So if you ever listen to my streams, I am not an expert of college football, okay? I'm not an expert of NFL football, but I do have more experience around the NFL systems. The college systems, I'm definitely looking at resources out there. So I always have to give props to people that have given me information on schemes. Go look up scheme guides, go to his Discord, go to his page, even here on YouTube, take a look at it. He has a Patreon. He has a lot of great stuff. He can direct you in a certain direction, or people that work with him as well on his Discord can also direct you as well. So it's a community that he's a great member of. He's part of the sim community, and we need more people like him leading the way, okay? Then on top of that, you have guys who talk about really, the good thing about Scheme Guy, I'm sorry, is that he also combines video games with real life football, okay? So you're getting that combination, just like you do from me, from the content that I put out. Then after that, you have other guys out there. Everybody knows X&O is really good. He has a lot of good stuff he puts out there. Check his channel out. Also, just real life coaches or people who just focus on real life football. Coach Vass, I think, is excellent. All of his things that he has from his obviously his YouTube page, but definitely if you join his Patreon, all that good stuff, man, it's worth it. I'm telling you right now, I'm giving a shout out to Coach Vass if he ever hears this. Like, I watched, I haven't gone up against the Flexbone offense since I was in high school, okay? Since I played in high school, we ran that offense in my high school. And I had to go up against an opponent. Well, I wanted to prepare, and I knew I'd have to face an opponent eventually that was a Flexbone. And I went back and watched one of his webinars off of his Patreon, where a guy was talking, college coach, I think it was, who was going through some of the X's and O's of how to stop the Flexbone, and specifically the Air Force version. So it was a really good hour longer webinar. I sat down and webinar, guys, is basically just a podcast, all right? You can draw, you can see video, stuff like that. Same thing we all do. But the point is, I came in with a game plan. It was simple. It was 3 or 4 plays on defense, and I had some little things that I did. So I ended up really, I think, controlling the game, causing turnovers, okay? You play a Flexbone offense, they're going to run the ball for 200 yards. That's not even a question. And since I knew that going into the game, I wasn't worried about it. It was just about, let's force the ball. Let's get some turnovers, all right? Let's stop some of these pitch plays, things like that. So I ended up handling that guy pretty well. The video's up there if you want to watch it. It's the SMU versus TCU video. It's public. You can take a look at it right now. I didn't do a live commentary because it was my first time running that style of defense. But later on, I will put a separate video out about that. So we'll talk about that on my streams, live streams. I know my live streams are long form, but it gives you guys an opportunity to come out, hang out, and talk whatever you want, okay? And I'll usually go in the direction that you want to go in, okay? So besides the Jessie Minter 3-4, which you can take a look at, you've probably been looking at it the whole time I've been talking, I'm going to definitely finish up with the TCU version of the 4-2-5. I decided to just go hardcore, especially with the resources like Coach Vass out there. Hardcore, do that, okay? Another resource is Cody Alexander. He has a lot of stuff at Match Quarters. I've been researching, hearing what he's been talking about. He did an actual sit-down podcast with somebody who are not exactly sure what the podcast was. I apologize, but it was Chargers, like a Chargers podcast, okay? And he went over the Jessie Minter. Just type in Jessie Minter on YouTube and you'll see it. And it's like an hour podcast where he sits down and talks about all the details of what Jessie Minter was at Michigan and, you know, how is it going to translate to the NFL, but really more showing about his personality, which also combines with the Ravens DC, who's now the head coach with the Seahawks, okay, Mike McDonald. So the point is, this is kind of like this overview was something I wanted to do going into this year. Every time I make a new scheme, I want to just make sure that there are some core elements so we can kind of stay tight, because you don't want to be doing too much. Like, you watch film and it looks good, like you're watching this film right now. Things look good, but you can't do everything. And especially when you're talking about Madden or college football, you can't do everything. But you want to you want to have the personality of that coordinator, okay? So there are a lot of things here. If you look at it, like, for example, this is again from Cody Alexander. I'll tag these guys in this video when I'm done. But he talked about, you know, coverage family, cover 3 family, right? And then the non-traditional Tampa 2s pop up a lot in his deal, which is really becoming a lot of what people are doing, even in the NFL. You know, playing basically in the game version, that's calling 2 invert, okay? It's already built in the game. It's been in the game for 2 years. It's just going to become more popular. I think most people are kind of doing that already, okay? Then cover 6, the whole idea of playing cover 6, but really playing that cover 2 side over the best receiver, a la Zeus, like Fangio. So that's kind of popular in his system as well, right? And then you can see some other stuff, pressure families. He has edge pressures, a lot of B gap. I put creepers in there, but that feels like Fangio a little bit, but maybe not so much. Again, I'm still just doing this. I really just started getting back into the Jessie Minter stuff really today. Okay, so I just want to let you guys know, I'm going to get this out. I'm going to put all this information nice and neat over on Patreon. It'll be there if you want to find out. It's a good time to get involved. It's still early in the month. And then we got Madden coming out next week. So people over there are going to get a lot of information on some things, okay? And then, like I said, the 4-2-5, and then I'm going to do the 3-3-5 high defense. But really coming from more Luke Fickell, what he did at Cincinnati. That's going to be my film study and my breakdown. I also do have my own personal 4-3 multiple. That's what I'm going to end up calling it, custom book. I'm going to put it up online. It's not going to be something I'm going to use a lot. I'm using it more so I can kind of get some more 4-3 work in. So I'm going to be using some of it's a hybrid of 4-2-5, how I would run it, okay, not necessarily how TCU would run it. And then also a hybrid of the wide 9 defense, which is an NFL defense, but I wanted to make sure, I think it still works in the college game. So it's kind of those two mixed together with some other little 3 high and some other little things mixed out there for passing downs. It's kind of the best of all worlds 4-down defense, okay? But that's going to be up there as well. That's going to be called 4-3 multiple underneath Geronimo 22. You can just take a look at that. That's a custom book if you can download it. If you guys are really interested in it, then let me know, and I will give you the all plays video where you can actually look at all the plays and just recreate it yourself, okay? So again, we got 3 things coming. Jessie Minter, 3-4. I'm using the stock books, just so you know, using the stock books. And then I'm going to be doing the 4-2-5. Again, that's going to be the stock book, 4-2-5. And then when I get into the Luke Fickell, which I'm kind of really almost done with that, I have to just kind of clean it up. There's they have something brand new for that. Anybody wants to run that system. But I'm using the 3-2-6 playbook. Okay, that playbook has a lot of good packages for drop 8, but also a lot of the single high 3-3-5 wide defenses, and also 3-3-5 stack. So it's going to be really good. I think that's going to be actually one of my favorite ones to play around with. I think there's some really good things in there that can really put your defense to another level. But if you guys are interested, just leave a comment below. Let me know what else you want to see. Let me know what questions you have. If not, you see my Patreon, come over there, find out, get all this information that I'm talking about for just the base deal. You don't have to be a part of the coordinator crew. Coordinator crew is for guys who want to really get nitty gritty and get more film and get more information and get stuff early. Okay, get like playbooks early and stuff like that. All right. All right, fellas. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the game. I know it's a game on defense and it's not the most fun sometimes, but when you actually do put some work into it and you kind of learn some things about it and you kind of get people, you feel good. You feel motivated to keep it going. Madden's coming out next week, and that's going to be a lot of fun too. But I think there's going to be a lot of carryover, I think, from some of the base stuff I see in this game is going to carry over to Madden as well. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, like I said already, let me know. Talk to y'all later, man. Peace.